This is Samuel Academy channel. This video is about mapping of senior schools in Jomvu Constituency in Mombasa County. The reason for this initiative is to create awareness of existing schools for parents and students who are selecting schools for senior secondary education. It also helps us to understand patterns in the distribution of schools in the constituency. I made the map in the video of the constituency by using GIS, which is Geographic Information Systems in full. It is an important tool for understanding patterns, relationships, and geographic context. Now, in this video, I'm going to explore the map of Jomvu Constituency and be able to visualize the location of the schools. After that, I will also discuss more about a weather instrument called the wet bulb hygrometer. Let me start by exploring the map of Jomvu to be able to see the schools and where they are located. I'll do that by zooming in and zooming out using the pan icon, this one here. Let me start from this end of the map, okay? When I zoom in around this area, I'm able to see a school called Mama Washime Secondary School. And around there, we have other schools, but they are outside the constituency. For example, the Gracious Mary Complex Secondary School and Highbridge Academy Secondary School. Let us move northwards in the constituency. We find the following two schools here: Meritin Secondary School and Marben High School. Okay, then I go to the north. I don't find any other school, so I go to the east. All right, I find Kajembe High School and Yale Academy Secondary School. And near to that, you have St. Monica Academy Secondary School. Now, if I zoom in and view the southern part in this area, we have Changamwe SDA Secondary School. So those are the schools in that constituency and how they are distributed. For the sake of our learners, parents, and even teachers who have been posted in that constituency, or they have been deployed in that constituency to teach or for teaching practice. This video can serve as a guide to know where the schools are located. Now, let me discuss more about the wet bulb hygrometer. But before I do that, I want to remind you, dear viewer, to subscribe to Samuel Academy in order to be able to view more videos. Let's talk about the wet bulb hygrometer. It is made up of two thermometers, the dry bulb and the wet bulb. These two thermometers, they form what we call a wet bulb hygrometer for measuring relative humidity. All right? Now, they are ordinary mercury in glass thermometers, and they are the same. But the wet bulb has been modified around the bulb. The bulb is here for the wet bulb, and the bulb is here for the dry bulb. Now, the bulb of the wet bulb there is some modification. We wrap a muslin cloth around the wet bulb. Muslin is M-U-S-L-I-N. So we tie some cloth around here at the wet bulb with a wick or strings of cotton threads, okay, with a wick which is immersed in distilled water in this container, right? So the water in this container rises by capillarity along the wick and evaporates. That evaporation causes cooling around the wet bulb, so that when you take a reading, you find that the reading on the wet bulb is usually lower than what you read on the dry bulb. Like now it is indicating around 90 degrees Celsius for the wet bulb, and the dry bulb is around 24 degrees Celsius. There is that difference, and we call it the wet bulb depression. So what the observer does, he comes and reads the two thermometers at the same time. He reads the dry bulb and the wet bulb, and then he finds the difference between the two. That difference is what he uses to calculate humidity, either by using a slide rule or by checking from tables. The tables, we call them psychrometric tables. So that is how we measure relative humidity in a weather station using the wet bulb hygrometer, which is made up of a dry bulb and the wet bulb thermometers. Alright? So dear viewer, I want to remind you, subscribe to Samuel Academy as a sign of goodwill, and also in order to be able to view more videos in our channel.